This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Juan?
Well, Israel is under growing international pressure over the assassination of a top Hamas commander in Dubai last month. The commander, Mahmoud al-Mabhouh, was found dead in his hotel. On Thursday, the international police agency, Interpol, placed 11 members of Dubai police chief Dahi Harfan Tamim said he believed Israeli agents were involved in the killing.
الآن الكف أرجح يعني حينما يكون مثلا يقال أنه والله سبعة مثلا.
Now, when it is said that 7 of the suspects who are possibly holding British passports went to Israel and they are now in Israel, I don't think it was a peace group who carried out this operation. It was certainly done by a wing of the Israeli government, which operates assassination groups.
Dubai police have released closed-circuit television footage they claim show members of the alleged hit squad stalking the Hamas commander in his hotel before he was killed. On Thursday, Dubai's police chief also called for the head of Israeli spy agency, the Mossad, to be arrested if responsibility was proven.
The order to arrest them remains wherever they go. And if the job is proven to be done by them, and this is likely now, I will be asking Interpol to issue an arrest warrant against the head of Mossad, and he wouldn't be able to travel to any Arabic country.
On Wednesday, Israeli officials declined to confirm or deny involvement in the killing, citing a, quote, policy of ambiguity. The team of 11 suspects included 6 holding fake British passports bearing the names of Israeli citizens and 3 holding Irish passports. At least 7 of the names on the passports belonged to Israeli residents whose identities had been stolen. Both Britain and Ireland say they've summoned the Israeli ambassadors in London and Dublin for questioning. This is the Irish Foreign Minister, Michael Martin.
Well, I'm very angry about it, and I'm very concerned. It's a very, very serious issue. It puts the security of Irish citizens at risk. We do know that 2 of the 3 we've contacted are regular travellers, and indeed 1 would have been travelling this weekend, and that person could very well have been arrested because of the information that has emerged from Dubai in terms of that assassination and murder in Dubai.
Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Gordon Brown said he would push for a government inquiry.
I think this is a matter of investigation, and we've got to know the facts, we've got to know what happened, we've got to know what happened to British passports. It's as simple as that. It's an investigation that's got to take place before any conclusions are drawn.
While the British government denies it had any prior knowledge of the fake British passports being used, Shadow Foreign Secretary William Hague said it was entirely possible the government had been alerted. For more, we're joined by Paul Magot. He is the chief correspondent for the Australian Sydney Morning Herald newspaper and the author of Kill Khalid, the failed Mossad assassination of Khalid Mishal and the rise of Hamas. The paperback edition is out in the United States this week. He's joining us from Washington, D.C. Well, what do you understand happened in Dubai?
What happened was quite a sophisticated operation to kill a very important member of the Hamas hierarchy, which has all the hallmarks of the Mossad at work, the cleverness and, sadly for the Mossad, from time to time, the bungling.
Explain just how it all went down for people who haven't been following this on all the networks, especially with the closed-circuit television. Track what took place last month.
Well, the closed-circuit television is the key to understanding the story, and it's quite remarkable that the Mossad seemed not to give the network of cameras around Dubai a second thought. But the team were filmed arriving individually at Dubai International Airport. The Hamas arms dealer was seen arriving. They followed him to his hotel. They're observed going. The killers are observed going up and down in the lifts of the hotel, tracking his movements to his room as he's escorted escorted to his room, so they get the room number. At other times, some of the team were picked up going shopping in Dubai, then coming back to the hotel, occasionally popping into restrooms and emerging minutes later with a different wig or a different beard pasted to their chins. You know, it became slightly Monty Python-esque. But then it also becomes very chilling because Mabhoob was in room 230, and the cameras on that level of the hotel pick up the killers going into the room, spending as long as 45 minutes in the room, and you have to wonder why it took 4 would-be killers 45 minutes to dispose of one person, and then they're seen emerging from the room and waiting for the elevator, with 2 of them carrying a what looks like a very heavy hold-all bag. All of this has, you know, come from mountains of CCTV footage, which the Dubai authorities, given our media age these days, very kindly edited down to a really crisp 27 minutes, which is on YouTube and on every website and on every TV news bulletin around the world for the last 3 days.
Now, that 45-minute period that they were in the room, does that lead to possible suspicion that they attempted to torture him or extract information from him before they killed him?
There has been no clear explanation yet of the cause of death, but what has been offered either by Dubai authorities, by Hamas, and by a member of the dead man's family are the following: suffocation, electrocution, or strangulation. It sounds as it's plausible that several attempts were made to kill the man. It also seems plausible, given the time taken, that there was an attempt to extract information from him before he was eliminated. The story being put out by the Israelis is that this man was in Dubai to close an arms deal on behalf of Hamas. It's not inconceivable that they wanted to find out who he was going to meet and where they were going to meet to close the deal before they did away with him.
Now, for all that whoever coordinated this put into it, they didn't understand there's CCTV, there's closed-circuit television?
They seem not to have been aware, which is surprising given the celebrity court case, a murder case in Dubai in 2008, where an Egyptian billionaire had his Lebanese lover knocked off in Dubai, and much was made in the local media and right across the region of how the Dubai police had used their multiple CCTV cameras to garner the evidence to crack that case. And of course, the other huge embarrassment in this is, again, as in the attempted assassination of Khalid Mashal in 1997, is the use of foreign passports by the killers, which causes huge embarrassment for the governments that have issued those passports. And in this case, we now have London, Dublin, Paris, and Berlin all under pressure to explain publicly how their passports were used in such an operation.
Now, you've written an exciting account of what happened back in 1997 when the Mossad tried to kill Khalid Mashal. Could you talk about the similarities between the botched operation there and this one?
Well, the similarities are that the Mossad chose, and funnily enough, while Benjamin Netanyahu was Prime Minister in an earlier incarnation, these sorts of missions require the Prime Minister's sign-off. They chose a foreign setting. They chose Amman, the capital of Jordan, notwithstanding the fact that King Hussein of Jordan was Israel's best friend in the Arab world and had gone out on a limb to sign a peace treaty with Israel. Again, it was a very clever plan. They proposed that they would inject a secret, mysterious poison into Khalid Mashal's ear as he walked down the street. He wasn't expected to be aware that this had happened. Their hope was that he would go home and lie down feeling tired and die, and when there was an autopsy, there would be no trace of this mysterious poison in his system. In fact, what happened was the brilliance of the plan ended up being its Achilles heel, because they left enough time for the poison to work so that Mashal would have departed the setting of the injection so that his people would not link the accidental bumping of somebody up against him in the street with his subsequent death. But the time they left for the poison to work was the time in which Jordanian doctors were able to put in place the effort to save him. And while that was going on, Mishal's bodyguards captured 2 of the Mossad agents, thereby delivering to King Hussein bargaining chips. King Hussein was able to demand, in deliberate humiliation of Benjamin Netanyahu, the release of Hamas prisoners from Israeli prisons, and also he put the word on Bill Clinton, then US President, to force Netanyahu to hand over to the Jordanians the secret poison and an antidote.